So if you haven't already heard, Clifford the Big Red Dog is actually getting rebooted. Now you might be asking yourself, didn't they like reboot it already 9 years ago in 2017? Well, yeah, this is actually a different reboot. They're doing it again. So they're basically just doing what Star Fox is doing the same game like 2 or 3 times in a row, I guess. But all jokes aside, let's talk about it. There have been some press releases, so here's all the information that we currently know about the reboot. The release window is currently locked in for 2027, so next year, and it looks like it is going to be a global commission airing on PBS Kids, CBC in Canada, and then Sky Kids in the UK. There's already 26 episodes that are being ordered, and they're going to be split into 11-minute episode sections. So basically how Arthur does it, where, you know, for example, episode 1 of Arthur actually contains 2 episodes, like a 1A and a 1B. So it looks like it's going to be the same situation like that. It's important to note that the 2019 version reboot had a much bigger focus on music and literacy. However, this new reboot is going in a completely different direction, it looks like, a different creative direction, and it's being defined as a buddy comedy, focusing on physical humor and preschool social problem solving. By buddy comedy, I'm a little unsure what that means exactly. It kind of seems like 2 cops or something hanging out. Most likely it'll be probably the relationship, the friendship between Emily Elizabeth and Clifford that we've all known for so long. The animation studio this time along is going to be a 9-story media group, as well as Brown Bag Films. I'm not familiar with Brown Bag, but I am familiar with 9-story media. They're most known for a lot of shows like Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, Wild Kratts, Peg Plus Cat. I think they also did like a couple seasons of Arthur at some point. They're also having the help of director Corey Babiak, and the head writer this time along is going to be Jason Hopley. Jason Hopley is actually the co-creator of Nanoland, which, if I remember correctly what that is, I'm curious where that's gonna go.
Did anybody see the carrot person stalking the small child from inside the house?
But this very clearly is a team with a lot of experience and a lot of people with experience at the head, so I definitely think there's some promise with where this reboot is going to go. Especially because from what it seems like, it sounds like a lot of people didn't really enjoy the 2019 reboot of Clifford. At least when I first saw it, I thought that specifically the animation was a pretty big downgrade using Flash puppets, which Flash can be good when done right, but when I was looking at this show, it just looked kind of soulless at times, not gonna lie. I believe that 2019 reboot was done by Amazon Studios, so PBS Kids I don't think had too much involvement with the production side, so hopefully this new team will, create a much better product this time around. Also, apparently in the 2019 reboot, Clifford would actually talk to Emily Elizabeth, and a lot of people apparently didn't like that. In the original, obviously he would talk to his other dog friends, but when it came to the humans, obviously they, couldn't understand each other. So I'm curious if with this new, buddy relationship kind of theme they got going on, if they will have Clifford continue to talk to Emily Elizabeth or not. We'll see. I definitely think it's going to be difficult to rival the original Clifford series, though. It's a show that's really iconic for a lot of people in their 20s, and I could always really appreciate the more calm nature of that show with, the soundtrack that they use with the acoustics and it being on this island and it being very peaceful. I could always really enjoy any episode from that show. And like I said earlier, it seems like this version of the show is going to be more high energy, slapstick kind of humor, so we'll just have to see. I think the situation definitely does say something about a reboot culture, especially in modern history. There's already so many people talking about oh, why don't we get any more new shows anymore? Everything's old. Well, I can understand that point of view. Nostalgia does sell, obviously, We love getting more of what we already know that we like. But I do think it's really funny that we're getting 2 different Clifford reboots in the span of only 10 years. But let me know, are you excited for this Clifford reboot? Are you a fan of Clifford? What are you hoping to see out of this reboot? Were you disappointed with the 2019 one? I would love to hear it. If you'd like to continue hearing about PBS Kids news, I'd really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Aside from news videos, I also have a lot of more scripted content coming up along, especially with a really big project that I'm starting soon, as well with a bigger kind of video that I'm working on right now too. There's a lot of things in the works, so I had to figure out something to upload today, and I was like, hey, why not talk about this Clifford reboot that, from what it seems like, hasn't been talked about too much online yet, So hopefully with this video I can reintroduce the conversation and get people talking about this. So that's about it for me, so see you guys.